Good morning or good afternoon, whatever it is to you today. I'm going to teach you how to write a letter. You may have done some letter writing in your classroom or maybe during this distance learning, but in case you're kind of unsure of what the lines mean on the letter that we sent home, you should have gotten some letters that look like this at home. And I want to tell you what all these little lines are. There's a bunch of different parts of a letter. So here's a little song. It's a little blurry, but we'll sing the song on YouTube in a minute. And it goes to the beat, The Addams Family. I'm sure a lot of you know The Addams Family. That's a fun one. It goes, the 5 parts of a letter are easy to remember. Heading, greeting, body, closing, signature. Parts of a letter, parts of a letter, parts of a letter, parts of a letter. So it's really important that you know all the different parts of a letter or else you could be kind of confused. So here's a little song. I want you to sing it with me. Here we go. It's a letter. Parts of a letter. Parts of a letter. Parts of a letter. Parts of a letter. The 5 parts of a letter are easy to remember. Heading, greeting, body, closing, signature. The 5 parts of a letter are easy to remember. Heading, greeting, body, and closing, signature. Parts of a letter. Parts of a letter. Parts of a letter, parts of a letter, parts of a letter. All right, just kind of a fun song to get us thinking about the different parts of a letter and to help us remember. Songs always help me remember, so hopefully that's helpful for you too. So now we're going to learn what the parts of the letter are. There is the heading. Up top on the right is the heading. That's where you write the date that you wrote the letter. Then we have the greeting. That's where you're writing dear and to whoever you're writing it. And notice that there's a comma. You always end the greeting with a comma to open it up. And then whatever you're writing in the middle is called the body of your letter. Then we have the closing. When you're saying goodbye, you might say sincerely, your friend, love. And then your name is the signature. It's how you write your name. So let's try this. So look closely. Heading, greeting, body, closing, signature. Remember that song? Heading, greeting, body, closing, signature. So looking here, we have parts of a letter. So you have a letter like this at home. This is called signature. Signature goes at the bottom. It's where you write your name. You write your name on the bottom so the person knows who the letter's from, right? Then we have the heading. The heading is where you write the date so they know when the date that you wrote the letter, when it was addressed. Then we have the greeting. The greeting is where you say hello or dear. If you're writing to your mom or your teacher, dear mom or dear Mrs. Primusberger. Then you have the body, and that's all the sentences and things that you want to write about and tell them about. So that's the body. And then we have the closing where you write love, sincerely, your friend, and do a comma. So here's one example of one I did. Oop, it's kind of slow. Make it nice and big for you. So I wrote the date. I wrote this in April 4-7-2020, and it says, Dear first graders, that's the greeting, and then the body. I miss you all so much. I hope you have been enjoying this beautiful weather. Thank you for working so hard. And then I have love with the comma. That's the closing, and then the signature is your name, Mrs. Primusberger. So now your job is to write your very own letter. You can write it to a friend, you can write it to a teacher, to a mom, to a dad, and I want you to at least write 3 sentences, telling them, maybe asking how they're doing, telling us what you've been up to, and if you wanted to mail it out to someone, here is how you mail it out. Here's the envelope format. You write your name, your address, and then your friends here, and don't forget the stamp on the right-hand side. Happy letter writing. Take a picture and show us on Seesaw.